striker. Curry is the league's most valuable player and has helped the Golden State Warriors set a record for the longest unbeaten start in the NBA history. The point guard believes he has the same creative flair as four-time World Footballer of the Year, Lionel Messi, who is 28, he is 27. So, looking at, let's take it off from there. New record in the NBA. I'm sure that you'll be watching the season.
Yes, I have. The Golden State Warriors have broken the record, and now it is 16-0. And also, the Lakers, they won to the Lakers 111 to 77. Kobe Bryant isn't really doing really good in the Lakers right now. In fact, he's tied the worst shooting record in the NBA right now. And also, Stephen Curry has also, as you said, he has also been compared to Messi. They both have the same flair and they both have the same unique also, and many things are compared between two of them. As you said, they are also being compared because Stephen Curry has done very good things in last year. Last year he was the most valuable player of the NBA. He also won the championship last year. And also, Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, together, they won the Copa del Rey. So, and they're trying to defend it. And that's why they're compared together, and they are seen as similar.
Okay, I'm sure you will see the season, the NBA season. Looking at the game so far, players-wise, in terms of quality, in terms of standard, who stands out so far this season?
Well, I think that it's LeBron James and Stephen Curry, because the Cavaliers have been doing really good, and Kevin Love is back from his shoulder injury, which he popped against in the first round of the playoffs last year. So now that he's doing better, he's even shooting three-pointers as often, and he's making them very accurately. LeBron James getting in the paint, and he's also spacing out the floor. Same thing in the Western Conference for Golden State. They have the best team. They might even break the record for how many wins they have in one single season, 82 games. The record is by the 95-96 Chicago Bulls, which was 72 wins and 10 losses. They even won the championship that year against the Seattle Supersonics. So this year might be compared a lot to 96.
Okay, a lot of some Nigerian players have moved up, stepped up, played in the NBA, and I'm sure that looking at those steps that they've taken, we hope to see more Nigerian players in the NBA. I know Limide Oyedeji was there at some point. Hakeem has made his mark with Houston Rockets, and some other players have also stepped up the play to play in the NBA. So far now, Nigerian players in the NBA seems to be drying out.
That's because many people are starting to get interested in the sport, or maybe some people are drifting away to go to football. So that means that people need to get interest, like people like Festus Ezeli, who is on the Golden State Warriors. They need to come back to Nigeria to teach many people who are footballers. They need to teach them. Maybe they haven't. There's an essence of basketball in them, and maybe they just haven't learned it. And also people like Hakeem Olajuwon. He was one of the great. He was probably the greatest African player to go to the NBA. He has done so much on the Houston Rockets. He won the championship 2 years, in 94 and 95. So I think that these two people really have an example on Nigerian people at this state.
Okay, sports fans, you can join us on the show. The number to call in now is 0922000947. 0922000946 is the number to call and be part of Sports Flash this lovely afternoon. We're talking about the NBA and of course the under 23 side of they are now in Dakar preparing for this weekend's game as they prepare to get set for the Olympic qualifiers. I'm sure that we hope that Nigeria will get one of the tickets. So I will still be discussing with my friend Isaac Mefiele. We're looking at the NBA and what is happening this season. I Los Angeles Lakers at a point they were the team to beat in the NBA. The Lakers, the Bulls, this team seems to started losing steam as it were, and the Golden State Warriors seems to be the team of the moment.
Yes, it is. The Chicago Bulls. They have Derrick Rose back. After all, he sprained his ankle and he didn't play for 3 games. So Derrick Rose is doing better. So that's why they are 9-5. And also the 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 Golden State Warriors. Curry has been phenomenal. In fact, against the Lakers, he scored 24 points. The team has averaged 32.1 already in the season. So of course they're going to have a great start to the season.
Okay, let's wait for the phone lines. But again, let me ask of your interest in basketball. How did it start? You are 9. Tell us how you got into basketball and all the interest and the knowledge that you have in the game.
Well, it's a very funny story. Well, when I was 6 years old, since I was 5, I've been loving soccer all my life. It was my passion, it was my heart, it was my soul. But one day, when I looked, I saw this name. It said Michael Jordan. I said, who's Michael Jordan? And then I looked. He's playing basketball. I said, ooh, this is a slam dunk contest. And then when I saw him doing dunks, I said, wow, I love this game. That's how I started loving basketball, and that's how I wanted to get into the interest. And that's how I knew a lot about basketball. And that's how I learned how to play basketball, and that's how I know so much about the game.
Okay, Isaac, ask you this: do you play the sport? Do you play basketball, and do you hope to play basketball? Do you take basketball as a profession?
Yes, I'd love to play basketball when I grow up. It's one popular sport in America. It's probably even the most popular sport in America. In fact, when you think of it, I go to Aduvia International School. I'd love to thank all my teachers, Miss Tonia, Miss Diana. I'd like to thank them. And I'd like to say that when you come to school and you're playing basketball, I want to teach those people, because it's funny. Many of the primary, they look at me as their inspirer, because many of them are really good. And and also secondary, they also look at me because I'm playing really well when I play with them. I'd also like to thank my ICT teacher, he's really tall. His name is Mr. Abraham, Miss Mary, Mr. Garba. I'd like to thank them for teaching me a lot about the game. Thank you.
Okay, so we hope to have a lot more of you in the subsequent programs, and the frenzy, the atmosphere, the display, the 3-point shows, the 2-point shows, and all the rest in the NBA is something that I love. I love basketball too. I watch so much. I mean, the days of Dikembe Mutombo, great player from Congo. He's retired now. They're also retiring his jersey.
Yes, retired his jersey in halftime.
Yeah, so it is something that a lot of African, players interested in basketball should look up to in the future. I'm sure that Sam Obani, you've been listening to the young man talking about the NBA.
Well, I'm actually impressed. He's pretty, he knows his story. And then to take interest in sports that much at this age is quite welcoming. I remember when I was a lot younger, we used to, suck up to football because my dad used to watch football, so that's the reason why I took any interest in football. And then I've been watching football for over 30 years now. So he looks like the future of basketball. Yeah, it looks like.
Yes, and to tell you one thing, the present leadership in the Nigerian Basketball Federation, they've done so much.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Isaac, you were excited when the D Tigers won the African Nations Cup for the first time in Tunisia earlier in the year.
Yes.
So that must be, something that really encouraged you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and just some few days back, we saw the school children, what they call 3-on-3 basketball tournament here, and of course the division too. So the federation is doing so much in back home here. Apart from school, how often do you also play basketball? If I may ask?
Well, when I used to live in Lagos, it was really one thing I loved to play every game. In Christmas, last Christmas, every day I'd go to the garage and I play basketball. The hoop is about 10 feet high, and I'd be making shots every single time, even from about 20 feet. 20 feet.
You make 10 feet shots.
10 feet, 20 feet,
That's
23
cool.
feet.
Very cool.
Well, that's cool. That's good. We'll be hearing a lot more from Isaac Emefiele on the show, hopefully. But he's a young man that he knows where he's going. He knows where his heart is, and he really want to talk basketball with a lot. He talks basketball with a lot of passion. But before we go on the show, let me quickly tell sports fans out there. Boxing will be up this weekend. Vladimir Klitschko will be defending his title against Tyson Fury, British boxer, and a lot has been said that it's possible that Vladimir Klitschko should be able to knock out Tyson Fury. But with all the noise, with all Fury has been saying, with all his local parlance they call it shakara that he's been doing, are you sure that he has what it takes to fight Klitschko?
Oh, we've seen Klitschko come off very, very good fights. You know, we've seen Klitschko knock out the likes of Lennox Lewis. We've seen him knock out some pretty, very hold his own like this. Yes, so and then since 2006. So Tyson Fury has his match laid out for him. All he needs to do is just step up to it. Talk is cheap. I said really, when it comes to especially when it comes to boxing.
Okay, and finally, if you love golf, the IBB Golf and Country Club is the place, International Golf and Country Club is the place to be this weekend. As the Governors Cup will be taking place. We expect that over 150 amateur players will be taken to the all green golf field here in Abuja.